Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive, and today we're heading to the Himalayas.
Yeah, we're going to be exploring the life of Dawa Yangzum Sherpa.
A mountaineer, an advocate, and honestly a true inspiration.
We've got a ton of material on her articles, interviews, even some stuff about her role as a Rolex ambassador.
So there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, and what I think is so fascinating about Dawa's story is that it's not just about climbing mountains,
Right.
It's this whole journey, really, from a small village to the world stage, breaking barriers and championing these important causes along the way.
Absolutely. Okay, so imagine this. You grew up in the Rolwalling Valley in Nepal, surrounded by these incredible Himalayan peaks.
Wow.
It's a stunning landscape, no doubt, but also a place where resources are limited and traditions can often hold women back from, pursuing adventurous paths.
Yeah, it's a tough contrast, right? This breathtaking beauty, but also kind of societal limitations.
For sure.
But for Dawa, those early treks with her family, they weren't just walks in the mountains. They really ignited a passion that would defy expectations and I think really shape her entire life.
Absolutely. It's like those mountains were calling to her.
Yeah.
I read that even as a young girl, Dawa would push herself further, exploring hidden trails, testing her limits.
Wow.
And that drive, it was always there,
You can just see it.
Yeah. And that drive led her to become the first Nepali woman to achieve this prestigious certification from the International Federation of Mountain Guides Associations, or IFMGA.
The IFMGA, that's like the top, right?
It's a huge deal. I know it involves serious skills,
Oh, yeah.
but what does it actually take to earn that certification?
Okay, so think of it as like the gold standard for mountain guides worldwide.
Oh, right.
It's incredibly demanding.
Yeah.
You need to master everything, rock and ice climbing techniques, high altitude navigation, rescue procedures,
Wow.
and all these are essential skills for safely leading expeditions in challenging environments.
That's intense. So it's not just about being a great climber yourself. You have to be able to make critical decisions and keep others safe,
Exactly.
especially in those extreme conditions.
Yeah, and to even earn this certification, Dawa had to train alongside some of the world's best climbers, proving her expertise every step of the way.
I bet. That must have been so incredibly challenging, especially as a woman in a field. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Traditionally dominated by men.
It's true.
It's a testament to her skill and perseverance.
Oh, absolutely. And her achievement, it wasn't just personal, right? I mean, she shattered a glass ceiling, and I think she sent this powerful message to aspiring female climbers that they, too, could reach the highest peaks.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yes.
And it's inspiring to see how she's using her platform now to mentor other women in the sport.
Oh, for sure.
But let's talk about her own climbing achievements, because her list of summits, it's seriously impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Everest, K2, Ama Dablam.
Wow.
These are names that even I, as someone who mostly climbs the stairs to my apartment,
Right.
recognize as legendary.
Oh, for sure. And each of those climbs is a story in itself.
Right.
Like, take her ascent of K2, for example.
Okay.
It's considered one of the most dangerous mountains in the world, with, like, notoriously challenging and unpredictable terrain.
I can imagine.
It's tough.
Yeah, I read that during that climb, Dawa faced, incredibly harsh weather conditions.
Oh, yeah.
And even had to navigate a treacherous icefall.
Yes, there was this one point, right, where she had to make this really difficult decision
Oh, wow.
to either wait out a storm at a high camp, risking frostbite,
Oh, no.
or descend to a safer altitude and potentially miss her chance to summit.
What a choice.
Yeah, but she chose to persevere,
Wow.
which demonstrated, incredible courage and resilience.
Then she made it.
She did.
That's incredible.
It really is.
It's clear that Dawa's achievements, they go far beyond simply reaching the top.
Right.
Each climb is a test of her physical and mental strength, just this display of her unwavering determination.
What's so fascinating to me is that even with all of these accomplishments, Dawa doesn't define herself just as a climber,
Right.
She sees her expeditions as these opportunities to advocate for something much larger,
Yeah.
like the preservation of the Himalayas and the fight against climate change.
That's right. It's like she's using her voice and her platform to bring attention to a cause that's deeply connected to her own experiences.
It is.
After all, who better to speak about the impact of climate change on the Himalayas than someone who has witnessed it firsthand?
Exactly. She's seen the melting glaciers, the changing landscapes, the impact it has on the communities who depend on these mountains for, everything.
Right.
She's not just talking about it, she's living it.
And she's not just raising awareness, she's taking action.
Yes.
I know that she is deeply involved in supporting the Sherpa community, advocating for their rights and well-being.
Yes, the Sherpas play this vital role in Himalayan mountaineering.
Oh, totally.
But their contributions are often overlooked.
Yeah.
And Dawa is working to change that, championing initiatives that focus on education, healthcare, economic development within the community.
It's incredible how she blends her passion for climbing with this commitment to making a positive impact on the world.
Yeah.
But her reach extends even further. I mean, she's a Rolex ambassador.
I know, right?
For goodness sake.
And that partnership, it's not just about prestige.
Right.
It's a platform for Dawa to amplify her message of sustainability and conservation on a global scale.
Yeah.
Through Rolex's Perpetual Planet initiative, she can reach a much wider audience and inspire action.
It's amazing how her journey has evolved from those early treks in the Rollwalling Valley to becoming this voice for change on a global stage.
It is.
It really embodies her mantra. Every step counts.
Yeah, and that mantra, it's not just about climbing mountains, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's a philosophy that goes way beyond the world of mountaineering.
Absolutely.
A guiding principle that we can all apply to our own lives.
Okay, we've covered a lot here. We've seen Dawa's incredible journey, from her early life in the Rollwalling Valley to her groundbreaking achievements as a climber and advocate.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what's standing out to you most about Dawa's story so far?
You know, what strikes me most is her unwavering sense of purpose.
Yeah.
She's not just chasing summits or accolades. She's driven by a deep desire to actually make a difference in the world.
I totally agree. And that purpose shines through in everything she does.
Yeah.
From her commitment to mentoring young climbers to her advocacy for climate change awareness.
Yeah.
It's like she's found a way to align her passion with a greater purpose.
And that, I think, is something we can all learn from Dawa's journey.
Oh, totally.
It's about finding that sweet spot between what we love and what we believe in, and then using that passion to create positive change.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in the awe-inspiring achievements, but what's truly remarkable is how grounded Dawa remains.
Yes.
She's never lost sight of where she came from and the importance of giving back.
It's a powerful reminder that success isn't just about personal gain. It's about using your platform, your voice, to uplift others and create a more sustainable and equitable world.
We've covered a lot of ground here, but we're not done yet.
No, not even close.
Stay with us as we continue our deep dive into the inspiring world of Dawa Yangzum Sherpa.
You won't want to miss it.
Okay, so we're back, and I'm still just kind of blown away by Dawa's story.
Me too. It really is incredible.
It's amazing how she blends those achievements with such, like, a deep sense of responsibility for her community and the planet. You know?
It's a powerful combo, right?
Total.
And it got me thinking, like, how often do we see someone who's not only reached those incredible heights, but also is so dedicated to, you know, using their platform for good?
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to just get swept up in the adventure of it all.
Oh, for sure.
The accolades.
Right.
But Dawa's story is a reminder that success is multifaceted.
I like that.
It's about pushing your own limits, but also about, extending a hand to help others climb too.
And speaking of which, her work mentoring young climbers is particularly inspiring to me. Oh, yeah. She doesn't just, like, offer technical advice.
Right.
She really instills this belief that they can achieve anything.
I was reading about this young woman. Dawa mentored her, and she was, like, terrified of heights.
Wow.
But Dawa, she didn't just dismiss her fears. She worked with her,
Yeah.
patiently guiding her through exercises, mental techniques
Yeah.
to overcome it.
That's such a great example of how Dawa empowers others.
Totally.
She meets people where they are, acknowledges the challenges,
Right.
helps them find their own path to success.
Yeah.
It's not about, like, imposing her methods.
Right.
It's about fostering that self-belief, you know?
Yeah, that resilience.
Yes.
It reminds me of the time I tried rock climbing, which, let's just say I'm better suited to, hiking on solid ground.
Right.
But even I could relate to that feeling of pushing past a mental barrier.
For sure.
That aha moment when you're like, oh, I can actually do this.
It is. That's a universal lesson, I think, that we can all take from Dawa's story.
Okay.
Whether it's, conquering a fear, pursuing a passion, pushing ourselves outside our comfort zones.
Yeah.
That journey of self-discovery, it's so empowering.
And, sometimes that journey, it requires a little bit of inspiration.
Of
A
course.
role model to show us, like, hey, this is possible.
Absolutely.
And that's where Dawa's influence as a mentor, I think, becomes even more powerful.
Her story is a testament to the fact that Our backgrounds, they don't have to limit our potential.
Mm-hmm.
Dawa came from a remote village, limited resources.
Yeah.
But she achieved global recognition.
It's true, and it's a message that resonates far beyond the world of mountaineering.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's a message of hope, of resilience, of just like the power of the human spirit to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness.
And it's not just about individual success either, right? It's about using that success to actually uplift others and create positive change in the world.
Which brings us to Dawa's advocacy work.
Yes.
Because it's not enough for her to simply conquer mountains, right? She wants to ensure that those mountains are protected for future generations.
Right, and it's like her personal experience with climate change has fueled this sense of urgency to act.
Oh, absolutely.
She's seen the impact firsthand, melting glaciers, the unpredictable weather patterns, the threats to this delicate Himalayan ecosystem.
Right, and she's not just speaking out against climate change. Yeah. She's also advocating for sustainable practices within, the mountaineering community itself.
Yeah.
She encourages climbers to minimize their impact, to respect local cultures,
yes,
to leave the mountains better than they found them.
It's like she's embodying that, saying, be the change you want to see. Mm-hmm. And she's doing it in a way that's inspiring and actionable, which I think is key.
Totally. And speaking of actionable, how can we, like our listeners, apply these lessons from Dawa's journey in our everyday lives?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's a big one.
I think it starts with figuring out what we're truly passionate about.
Okay.
What are those things that light a fire within us?
Yeah. What change do we want to see?
Exactly.
In the world,
Once we've got those passions kind of figured out, then it's about taking action no matter how small.
Right.
Maybe it's reducing our carbon footprint, volunteering our time, or even just educating ourselves on the issues.
Remember Dawa's mantra, every step counts.
It's true.
It's a good reminder that we don't need to solve everything at once.
No.
We can start small,
Absolutely. Manageable steps.
And let those actions build momentum.
And don't be afraid to, seek out guidance from people who inspire you.
Mm-hmm.
Look for mentors, join communities, connect with people who share your passions.
Yeah.
I think that sense of community can provide support, motivation, accountability.
I love that. It's like we can create our own base camps.
Yes.
Filled with people who encourage and challenge us to be our best selves.
Exactly. And as we climb towards our goals, it's important to celebrate those milestones along the way, those little victories.
Oh, totally. They fuel our determination and remind us that we're making progress.
It's true.
It's funny. We often associate mountains with individual achievement. Right?
That lone climber pushing to the summit.
Yeah, exactly. But Dawa's story really highlights the importance of collaboration, of community,
of working together
to achieve something greater than ourselves.
It's a powerful reminder that we don't have to climb alone. We can lean on each other, learn from each other, support each other along the way.
Speaking of support, I want to dive a bit deeper into Dawa's partnership with Rolex.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not just a sponsorship.
No, it's not.
It's a platform that allows her to amplify her message, to reach a global audience.
It's a great example of how collaboration can create meaningful change.
Yeah.
Rolex's Perpetual Planet Initiative, it aligns with Dawa's values.
Totally.
And it gives her the resources to further her advocacy work.
And it's inspiring to see how she's using this platform to raise awareness about climate change, particularly the impact on the Himalayas. I read about a project that she's involved in. It's researching the effects of melting glaciers on water resources.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crucial work.
Yeah.
Especially considering the Himalayas are, often called the water towers of Asia. They provide water to billions of people.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and it highlights the interconnectedness of these issues,
Yeah.
Climate change, water scarcity, community resilience, they're all intertwined.
They are.
And Dawa's story reminds us we can't address these challenges in isolation.
Right.
We need a more kind of holistic approach that takes everything into account: social, environmental, economic dimensions.
Yeah, and that's where Dawa's leadership really shines.
It does.
She doesn't just focus on one aspect of the problem.
Right.
She tackles it from multiple angles, using her platform to advocate for systemic change.
It's like she's woven together this incredible tapestry.
Yeah.
Her passion for climbing, her commitment to her community, her advocacy for the planet.
All interconnected.
Yes.
Driven by this unwavering belief that we can create a better world.
And that belief, it's contagious. It's what makes her story so inspiring, so impactful. She doesn't just tell us what's possible. She shows us, step by step, how to get there.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into the world of Dawa Yangzum Sherpa.
It's been quite a journey exploring her story.
Yeah, from those early days in the Rolling Valley to becoming this, world-renowned climber and advocate.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you hope listeners will kind of carry with them from Dawa's story?
For me, I think it's the power of aligning our passions with, a purpose.
Yeah.
Dawa's story really shows us that when we find that intersection between what we love and what we believe in, we unlock this, incredible source of motivation.
Yeah, I love that.
And resilience.
It's not just about, chasing success for the sake of it. It's about finding meaning in our endeavors.
Right, exactly.
Using our skills and talents to contribute to something bigger.
And that purpose, it doesn't have to be something huge, or world-changing.
Right.
It could be like mentoring a colleague or volunteering in your community.
Yeah.
Or even just making those conscious choices to reduce our environmental impact.
Like those ripples Dawa creates.
Yeah.
Each action, no matter how small, expands outwards, creating a positive impact.
Absolutely.
And speaking of ripples, let's go back to her mantra for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Every step counts.
I love that mantra.
It's such a good reminder that progress isn't always about these, giant leaps forward.
Right. It's not.
It's often about those consistent, intentional steps.
Yeah, the little things
we take each day.
It's about the journey, acknowledging the challenges, and finding joy in the process of growth.
And sometimes those steps lead us in unexpected directions.
Oh, totally.
Just like Dawa's journey, has taken her from the Himalayas to this, global stage.
Yeah, she's come a long way.
I read that she, initially resisted the idea of becoming a Rolex ambassador.
Really?
Yeah, she thought it might, detract from her focus on climbing and advocacy.
I can see that.
Yeah.
She wasn't seeking fame or anything.
Right, exactly.
But she saw the potential, right?
Yeah, the potential of that partnership.
To amplify her message and reach a wider audience.
It's a great example of how stepping outside our comfort zones can lead to these incredible opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
For growth and impact.
And it shows us the importance of, being open to new things, embracing those challenges as opportunities.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by, the scale of these global issues.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like climate change or social injustice.
It's a lot.
But Dawa's story is a good reminder that we don't have to solve everything at once.
We don't.
We can start by focusing on what we can control, making conscious choices.
In our daily lives.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's reducing our footprint, supporting ethical businesses, advocating for policies that promote sustainability and equality.
Or even just, having conversations with friends and family about these issues.
Raising awareness.
Yeah, inspiring action in our own little circles.
I like that.
It all starts with us,
Yeah, we all have a role to play.
We do.
So as we kind of conclude this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay, I like it.
What if we all approached our lives with that same sense of purpose, resilience, and dedication that Dawa embodies?
That's a powerful question.
It is.
And one that I hope will, resonate with our listeners.
I hope so, too.
Long after this episode ends.
Thank you all for joining us on this incredible journey.
It's been a pleasure.
Into the world of Dawa Yangzum Sherpa.
Such an inspiration.
May her story inspire you to, climb your own mountains, break your own barriers, and make your own contribution to the world.
I love that.
Remember, every step counts.